Patriots Nation, the energy in Foxborough feels different today. You've got a rookie playing like a seasoned vet, a surgical wide receiver opportunity suddenly hitting the market, a major shift coming in the backfield for Sunday, and a behind-the-scenes situation that could test the entire locker room. It's one of those days when you feel like something big is about to happen with the New England Patriots. Grab your coffee, adjust your headphones, and ride with me to the end. You won't believe what we've got today, so hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Patriots Nation, let's start with one of the quietest and most important stories of this new Mike Vrabel era, the rise of rookie safety Craig Woodson. After back-to-back 4-13 seasons, we all knew this regime could not afford to miss in the draft again. No more classes full of busts, no more begging veterans to do us a favor and come to Foxborough. The rebuild had to come from inside, with youth, hunger, and real talent. And right now, Woodson is the perfect symbol of that shift. A fourth-round pick, no hype, no spotlight, just a kid who walked into the building, looked around a room that included Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers, and basically said on the field, "That job is mine." He didn't do it with talk, he did it with tape. He won the starting role, pushed proven veterans aside, and both of them eventually moved on from the team in different ways. That alone shows how fast this regime is turning the page and how much they believe in this rookie. And it's not just vibes. The numbers back it up. Woodson has already piled up over 50 combined tackles, tackles for loss, passes defensed, a fumble recovery, and more than anything, he has barely left the field. He's playing almost every defensive snap like he's been here for 5 years. Then you listen to him talk, and you hear the mindset. Calls it a blessing, talks about taking it day by day, learning from mistakes, building on what he does well. That's veteran mentality in a rookie body. Before the roster turned over, he soaked up everything he could from Duggar and Peppers. Now he's lining up daily with guys like Carlton Davis III, Christian Gonzalez, and rising safety Jalen Hawkins. He's a rookie dropped right into a tough, proud, competitive secondary room, which is the perfect lab to build a future cornerstone. He's not just surviving in that environment, he's thriving in it. Zoom out and look at this rookie class as a whole, and it starts to feel like Vrabel and this front office might have just delivered the best Patriots draft in years. If Woodson already looks like a home run pick in year one, imagine this kid with a few seasons under his belt, still in Foxborough, fully locked into the Patriot way, and leading a young, hungry defense. If this is his floor, what's the ceiling? Because if he's already changed the tone of the defense this quickly, just wait until you hear what's happening at wide receiver. Now let's talk about a move across the country that might be screaming for a Patriots response. Out in San Francisco, the 49ers shuffled their practice squad, brought in kicker Matt Gay, and to clear the spot they released veteran slot receiver Russell Gage Jr. The second that happened, one question started floating around the league. Which smart team is going to take a shot on this guy looking for a reboot? When you look at scheme, timing, and need, New England jumps off the page. Gage is not some random camp body. At 29, he's earned real respect. In Atlanta, he stacked back-to-back productive seasons, proving he could function as a legit WR2 and a dynamic slot option. In Tampa, even in an offense headlined by Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, he still carved out a role, moved the chains, and became a trusted red zone target. The talent has never been the problem. The wall he hit was a brutal patellar tendon injury in 2023 that cost him an entire season and forced him into a long rehab. Fast forward, and the 49ers gave him a chance to restart, first competing for a roster spot, then landing on the practice squad as a full-on reclamation project. Local reports framed it as a revive his career opportunity. Now that San Francisco has moved on and cut him from the practice squad, he's right back on the market, just as the Patriots receiver room is quietly missing exactly his profile. The passing game in New England looks very different now. Drake May is playing at an elite level, leading the league in accuracy, and Stephon Diggs is the clear alpha, a dominant WR1 on the outside. DeMario Douglas has handled the primary slot role well, flashing that quickness and creativity that keeps drives alive. Mac Hollins and Keyshawn Boutte round out a rotation that mixes size, experience, and upside, and younger pieces like Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm III add depth. But there's still a gap. What's missing is that true veteran slot specialist, a guy who knows how to live in tight windows, read coverages on the fly, attack soft spots in zone, and be that trust throw on 3rd and 6 with the game on the line. That's where Gage fits almost too perfectly. His entire career has been built on sharp, short to intermediate routes, understanding spacing, and turning into a chain mover on money downs. That's exactly the type of receiver New England has always valued. Maybe not the fastest guy in a track meet, but the one who's exactly where he needs to be when the quarterback lets it go. Now picture that skill set paired with a young quarterback who already has elite timing and ball placement. Drake May seeing the field with a veteran who reads coverage the same way he does? That's a nightmare for defensive coordinators. And on top of that, this is classic Patriots business. Gage is coming off a serious injury, just got cut from a practice squad, and is clearly in rebuild my value mode. That points to a team-friendly deal with a low base and incentives. If he hits, you stole a gem for cheap. If he doesn't, the financial risk is minimal. And it's not like the Patriots need him to be a 70-catch star again. They need a reliable, technically sound, experienced target willing to play a complementary role in an offense that already revolves around Diggs and May. So let me throw it to you. With a receiver this clean a fit on the street, can you really just sit back and watch another team scoop him up? Because if that possibility already changes how you picture this offense, wait until we talk about what's happening in the backfield. Take a breath, because the offense might be about to change in two massive ways at once, one on the field and one in the locker room. After 3 weeks sidelined with a toe injury, Ramondre Stevenson is trending toward playing this weekend in Cincinnati. This isn't just a vague, "we'll see." Vrabel has said it himself. Strong week of practice, very few restrictions, and as long as there are no setbacks, he expects Stevenson to go against the Bengals. That Patriots Nation changes the entire tone of the offense. While Stevenson was out, rookie Tre'Veyon Henderson grabbed the lead back role and ran with it. He ran hard, saw holes well, brought juice to the run game, and forced everyone to take notice. Suddenly, what looked like a thin backfield turned into a legit 1-2 punch potential. But now the big question is obvious. What does the workload look like in Cincinnati? Vrabel trusts veterans, but he's not afraid to reward performance either, and Stevenson had a very specific issue before he went down. Fumbles. 3 on the ground in 8 games. That matters. That changed decisions. That opened the door for the rookie. So now both guys walk into this week with something to prove. Stevenson wants to remind everyone he's still the alpha in this backfield, the tone setter who can close out games. Henderson wants to prove he's not just a nice story from a 3-week stretch, but a core piece of the offense going forward. For defenses, that's a nightmare. The styles complement each other. One more physical and punishing, the other bringing burst and unpredictability. Combine that with a quarterback like May, who already forces defenses to respect the pass, and suddenly defensive coordinators are stuck picking their poison. But this week isn't just about who's available on offense. It's also about who's missing on the other side of the ball, and why. Linebacker Jahlani Tavai is out for the Bengals game with a non-injury, personal designation. He missed Wednesday's practice, was limited Thursday, then wasn't spotted Friday. After practice, Vrabel kept it short and firm. Tavai will be out, it's personal, and that's all he's going to say. When a head coach closes the door like that, you know it's something serious enough that the building wants to protect. Tavai's impact goes way beyond a line on the depth chart. He's been a reserve piece on defense and a core special teamer, logging over 70% of the snaps on Jeremy Springer's units when active. That's the kind of role you don't fully appreciate until it's gone. In a physical road game like Cincinnati, against a team that thrives on field position and taking advantage of mistakes, losing that kind of glue player on special teams is a real challenge. Vrabel has already laid out part of the plan to cover the loss. Bigger-bodied players like Braden Swinson and Elijah Ponder taking on more work, safety linebacker hybrid Otis Reese potentially coming up from the practice squad, and Anthony Jennings expanding his responsibilities. You see Jennings on kickoff, trying to be that big physical presence at the point of attack, blowing up blocks and creating chaos. It's the pure definition of all hands on deck this late in the season. And that's where this team's new identity really gets put to the test. 2 years ago, a loss like this might have completely destabilized the operation. Now, with a younger, hungrier roster, the reaction feels different. There's no panic. There's urgency. There's a sense that everybody understands they might be the next man up, whether it's on defense, special teams, or in a critical late-game situation. Patriots Nation, after all of this, you can feel that the New England Patriots are in one of those moments that shape what a winning team becomes. A rookie stepping into a veteran role and thriving. A potential surgical addition sitting out there in free agency, tailor-made for your young franchise quarterback. An offense that might be turning into a true two-headed monster in the backfield. A locker room being pushed by a personal, private absence that forces everyone else to lock in even more. Each story on its own is a spark. Together, they look a lot like the start of something bigger in Foxborough. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these situations hit you the hardest today? Is it Craig Woodson turning into a foundational piece overnight? The idea of Russell Gage Jr. in Patriots blue and red? The Stevenson-Henderson combo scaring defensive coordinators? Or the way this locker room is responding to adversity around Jelani Tavai? Drop your take in the comments, smash that like button, share this video with another Pats fan, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next chapter of this story we're living together.